So look at the problem number 2.11. Problem number 2.11. So in problem number 2.11 they have mentioned calculate the mass of carbon dioxide and water formed. We have to calculate what is the mass of carbon dioxide. Okay, so what we have to find out mass. Okay, mass for carbon dioxide, that is in terms of gram. Okay, mass we will have to find out this in terms of gram. For carbon dioxide we have to find out, as well as water. Okay, means for H2O molecule, water molecule we will have to find out. On complete combustion of 24 grams of methane gas. Okay, so 24 gram of methane gas. For 24 gram of methane gas. Okay, that is methane CH4. Okay, methane gas के लिए हमें निकालना है for 24 grams. Okay, for 24 grams of methane gas. So we know that when CH4 methane when combines with oxygen or combustion of methane gas in presence of oxygen, it gives rise to carbon dioxide, okay, and water. So carbon dioxide CO2 plus water, that is H2O. So all are in a gaseous state. All are in a gaseous state. So oxygen is in gaseous state, carbon dioxide in a gaseous state, water that is also in a gaseous state. So we'll have to balance right now this chemical equation, okay, to get this stoichiometric relation. So CH4 in gaseous state plus twice O2 in a gaseous state will give rise to CO2 in gaseous state and twice H2O. Okay, so right now every atoms are balanced. Carbon, one atom. Hydrogen, four atoms. Okay, four atoms of hydrogen. Oxygen, four atoms. So two here and two here. So in this way, we'll find out uh, the mass. Okay, so atomic masses they have given atomic masses for carbon. Okay, we know that it is 12. So one atom, that's why 12 plus four atoms of hydrogen. Okay, so four atoms of hydrogen, that their mass is 4. Then for oxygen, so 2 multiply by oxygen, 2 molecules of oxygen. Okay, in this way, one for one atom, 16 unified mass. Carbon, carbon atomic mass is 12. Oxygen, 2 atoms are there, so that's why 2 multiply by 16. Okay, here it is twice H2O, so twice. Okay, twice, that is 2 multiply by 2 multiply by, that is hydrogen is yes, hydrogen it is 1, so that's why directly here it will be, yes, oxygen is there, so twice H2, that means 2 plus oxygen is 60. Okay, so in this way we will add this. Okay, we will add these quantities. So here 12 plus 4, that is equals to 16 gram. This is equals to 64 gram. Okay, 64 gram. This is equals to 44 gram. Okay, 44 gram. And this is equals to 36 gram. So based on laws of combination for mass, okay, mass of the reactants is equals to mass of the product. It is satisfying this condition right now. Okay, but what is our aim? We have to find out mass in terms of grams for carbon dioxide and for water when 24 gram of methane when reacting. Okay, so right now, based on this given data, what we can conclude, when 16 gram of methane is reacting with 64 gram of oxygen, it gives rise to 44 gram of carbon dioxide and 36 gram of water. Okay, so we have to find out, so we can now correlate. Okay, how we can correlate? For 16 gram of methane, it requires these things. Okay, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water in these quantities. So we can now find out the answer for 24 gram of methane when it will be utilized. Okay, so what will be the proportion for carbon dioxide and H2O? So we will write that for 24, for 16 gram of methane, that is CH4, it requires percent, the carbon dioxide is 44 gram. 44 gram of carbon dioxide is required. So for 24 grams of methane, for 24 grams of methane, how much, that is X, how much quantity of gram of carbon dioxide is required? So we can find out this value of X. So X is equals to, X can be solved by this cross multiplication, that is 44 when multiplied by 24 divided by, that is 16. So we will get the answer of X, and this is equals to 66 gram. Okay, that is 66. The value of X is 66. What is this X? It is a grams of carbon dioxide. So we'll write here grams of carbon dioxide. So in this way, we have solved what is the gram of carbon dioxide when we take 24 gram of methane. Now we will solve for water. Okay. So we know that for 16 gram, for 16 gram of methane, it requires 36 gram of water. It requires 36 gram of water. So for 24 grams of methane, for 24 grams of methane, how much, means X quantity, X gram of water will be required, and this X gram of water can be found by using this, by solving this simple equation. X is equals to 36 multiplied by 24 divided by 60. So 36 multiplied by 24 divided by 16. So in this way, the value of X is 54 gram of water. So 54 gram of water will be required. Okay. So 54 grams of water will be required. So in this way, based on the stoichiometric calculation, okay, as the number of moles we can say is changing, then the number of moles for respective reactants and product will change. Okay. So based on this, we have calculated, okay, based on the proportion, okay, for 16 gram of methane, it takes 64 gram of oxygen, it takes 44 gram of carbon dioxide, and for 36 gram of water. Then for 24 grams of methane, we can find out all the proportions. Okay, we'll move to the next problem number 2.12. So problem number 2.12 is about the decomposition of calcium carbonate. Okay, so calcium carbonate is given. So we have to find out how much calcium oxide will be produced. Okay, how much calcium oxide will be produced. Okay, how much calcium oxide will be produced by decomposition of 5 grams of CaCO3. When 5 grams of CaCO3 is decomposed. Okay, so when it get decomposed, okay, by decomposing, we can say by decomposing 5 grams of CaCO3, how much calcium oxide we will get? Okay, so we will first write down the decomposition reaction for calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3. Okay, when it get decomposed, so after decompose, it forms CaO plus CO2. It forms CaO plus CO2. So now we will write down the masses. Calcium mass is 40. Calcium mass is 40 plus carbon mass is 12. Okay, plus 3 atoms of oxygen. That's why 3 multiplied by oxygen atomic mass is 60. Similarly, here for calcium, it is 40 plus oxygen is 16. Here it is carbon, carbon is 12 plus oxygen 2 atoms, that's why 2 multiplied by 16. In this way, we will find out it is 100 gram, okay, it is 100 gram, answer is coming. The answer is coming for this is 56 parts, or you can say 56 grams. Here, the answer is 44 grams. Okay, 44 grams. So this is a general decomposition of calcium carbonate into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So right now we can say that when 100 gram of calcium carbonate get decomposed, it forms 56 gram of calcium oxide and 44 grams of carbon dioxide. Okay, so these figures are telling about this information. So right now we want to find out when 5 gram of CaCO3, when suppose the quantity of calcium carbonate is 5 gram and it get decomposed, how much C calcium oxide in grams we will get? That is what we have to find out. Okay, how much quantity of calcium oxide we will get when 5 grams of calcium carbonate when it get decomposed. So now we can find out the relation with the help of relation. So we know that for 100 gram of CaCO3, for 100 grams of CaCO3 when it get decomposed, it gives rise to 56 gram of calcium oxide. So we'll write here 56 grams of calcium oxide is formed. So then, by writing the same relation, when 5 grams of CaCO3 will get decomposed, okay, when 5 grams of CaCO3 will get decomposed, same quantity should be written in numerator and same quantity should be written in a denominator. So how much grams? We will say that X gram of CaO is formed. Okay, so X gram of CO is formed. So we can find out what is the value of X here. So X will be equals to 56 multiplied by this is 5 divided by this is 100. Okay, so right now the answer that the answer is coming is 2.8. So 2.8 is the grams. 2.8 is a gram of what? Calcium oxide. Okay. 2.8 grams of calcium oxide will be formed when 5 grams of calcium carbonate get decomposed. Just same as when 100 grams of calcium carbonate get decomposed, it forms 56 gram of calcium oxide and 44 grams of carbon dioxide. Okay, so we can calculate calculate for the carbon dioxide for this problem, but which is not asked in this numerical. Okay, so this is about the problem number 2.1. So very simple problems. Okay, based on the stoichiometric calculations. Okay, we'll move towards the next problem. Problem number 2.13. Yes, problem number 2.13. 2.13. So problem number 2.13. How many liters of oxygen? We have to find out the liters. Okay, the, oxygen percentage or oxygen mass or oxygen in terms of liter of volume we can say. Okay, volume of oxygen in terms of liter we have to find out here in this case. So how many liters of oxygen at STP? This is very important at standard temperature and pressure. At standard temperature and pressure we have to find out are required to burn completely 2.2 gas 2.2 grams of propane. Okay, so 2.2 grams of propane for we have to find out for 2.2 grams of propane that is C3H8. Okay, for propane we have to find out. Okay, so yes, we will have to write down first equation for this propane when it combines, okay, when it burns in presence of oxygen. So we'll write down the equation C3H8. C3H8 is the propane. When it combines with the oxygen, it gives rise to carbon dioxide as well as it will give rise to water. Okay, H2O. So we'll have to balance this equation. C3H8. So we will take here 5 oxygen. So 3 carbon and 3 carbon CO2 and 4 H2O. So look at this right now, 4 into 2, that is 8, total 8 hydrogen atom is balanced, carbon 3 atom is balanced, oxygen total 10. So here it is 6 plus 4, yes 10. So right now it is a balanced equation. So this is the reaction between propane, when it burns in presence of oxygen, it forms 3 moles of carbon dioxide and 4 moles of water. We can read this equation as, when 1 mole of C3H8 reacts with 5 moles of oxygen, it gives rise to 3 moles of carbon dioxide and 4 moles of water at STP, that is standard temperature and pressure. What we have to find out is the oxygen. We have to find out oxygen in terms of liters. Okay, when 2.2 grams of C3H8, that is propane, is taken. So we'll first find out for this reaction, for this given reaction, how much is the mass. Okay, so 3 atoms of carbon multiplied by 12 plus total 8 atoms of hydrogen. Okay, so we will directly write it what 8 into 1. Okay, in this way. Now 5 multiply by oxygen, 2 atoms are there, so oxygen 2 multiply by 16. Right now here 3 okay, 3 multiply by 3 multiply by it's carbon, yes, 12, and plus 2 into 16. Okay, so like this. Same for 4 hydrogen, that is 2 atoms, plus oxygen 16, 1 atom. Okay, in this way we can find out. Okay, we can find out the mass in terms of grams right now. Okay, but look at this quantity oxygen. They have asked to find out oxygen in terms of liter. Okay, so right now we have written this in terms of mass. Now we will convert this. Okay, we will write this in terms of liters. Okay, we will write this in terms of liter. Okay, there is no any use for this product, right side. So look at this right now. Here the answer of C3H8 in terms of gram, the answer is 44 grams. So 44 grams. Okay, so 44 gram is 44 grams is the mass for C3H8 for a propane. Right now look at this, 5 moles. Okay, here it is 5 moles of oxygen. Okay, so how we will find out this is in terms of volume. Okay, this uh, percent or oxygen in terms of volume. Okay, so we know that at STP, at standard temperature and pressure, 1 mole of any gas, 1 mole of any gas contain how much volume? So 1 mole of any gas at STP, that is equals to 22.4 decimeter cube. Okay, and 1 decimeter cube is nothing but 22.4, that is liters. Okay, so 1 decimeter cube is nothing but that is equals to liter. So now we can say that, okay, for 1 mole of oxygen, for 1 mole of oxygen, okay, for 1 mole of oxygen it will be 22.4 liters of its volume. So we'll say that right now 5 moles of oxygen is present here. So we'll write it as a 5 multiplied by, for 1 mole of oxygen it is 22.4 liters, 22.4 liters. So total how much quantity in terms of liter, the volume will be in terms of liter is 112. Okay, so 112 liters. So this is the total volume, okay, of oxygen in terms of liter. Now we can solve. Okay, so if if we write this value of oxygen in terms of mass, so it may not get the proper value because they have asked here to find out the oxygen value in terms of liter. Okay, for 2.2 grams of C3H8. So right now, based on this given reaction, what we can say, when 44 grams of C3H8 reacts with 5 moles of oxygen. So 5 moles of oxygen, that is equals to 112 liters. So what we can say, 44 gram when it reacts with a 112 liters of oxygen. So for 2.2 grams of C3H8, how much will be the oxygen? How much will be the oxygen? So we can correlate this. Okay, we can find out that for 44 grams of C3H8, it requires 112 liters of oxygen. Okay, in terms of liter, Then for 2.2 grams, for 2.2 grams of C3H8, how much, that is x gram of oxygen is required. So now we will find out what is that value of x gram of oxygen. So x is equals to, we will solve this for x. So 112 multiplied by 2.2 divided by 44, divided by 44. So the answer of x is equals to 5.6 liters. Okay, so answer is 5.6 liter. So 5.6 liter, so not here grams, so it is liter here. Okay, liter. So 5.6 liter of oxygen will be required. Okay, so 5.6 liters of oxygen it will be required. Okay, to complete the combustion process, when it will be taken 2.2 grams of C3H8. Okay, so we'll move ahead for the last numerical, that is 2.14. So problem number 2.14. Okay, so problem number 2.14. So a piece of zinc. Okay, so a piece of zinc they have given. Okay, a piece of zinc. Okay, zinc का piece है ये वाला. Okay, उसका weight जो है दिया हुआ है 0.635 grams. Okay, 0.635 grams is the weight of that zinc piece. When it is treated with excess of dilute H2SO4, it liberates 200 centimeter cube of hydrogen. Okay, it liberates 200 centimeter cube of the hydrogen. Okay, so they have given this quantity that it liberates 200 centimeter cube of hydrogen. So what is the meaning of this? So we know that 1000 centimeter cube is equals to 1 liter. 1000 centimeter cube is equals to 1 liter. Okay, so how much will be this in terms of liters? So this is equals to 0.2 liters. Okay, so when 200 centimeter cube is converted, it will be to 0.2 liters of hydrogen. Okay, so we have to find out when this zinc is reacting. Zinc when it is reacting with H2SO4 के साथ जब ये react हो रहा है. Okay, so this reaction is called as a displacement reaction. The zinc will displace H hydrogen and it will form ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas will be liberated. Okay, so now we will calculate the mass. Okay, mass for zinc. So atomic mass of zinc, we know that it is 65. Okay, so atomic mass of zinc is 65 grams per mole. Okay, so hydrogen right now, look at here, 1 mole of hydrogen. Okay, here it is 1 mole of, here it is 1 mole of hydrogen is there. Okay, right now it is present. So 1 mole of hydrogen is equals to 22.4 liters. Okay, 22.4 liters. So right now we can say that for 65 grams of zinc, it liberates 22.4 liters of hydrogen. Okay, so 65 grams of zinc के लिए, okay, when it reacts with H2SO4, it liberates 22.4 liters of hydrogen. What we want? We want to find out when 0.2 liters of hydrogen is there, how much is the quantity of zinc? Okay, so we'll find out this. For 65 gram of zinc, it liberates 22.4 liter, okay, liters of hydrogen. Okay, so for 0.2 liters of H2 hydrogen, how much, that is x gram of zinc we will require. How much gram of zinc we will require to liberate 200 centimeter cube of hydrogen? 200 centimeter cube is nothing but 0.2 liters. We know that 1000 centimeter cube is equals to 1 liter. Then 200 centimeter cube will be equals to 0.2 liters. Okay, so now we can solve this for x. X is equals to, yes, x is equals to this 65. Okay, 65 multiplied by 0.2 divided by 22.4. 22.4, this will gives us the answer of x, that is in terms of grams of zinc, and the answer is 0.58 grams. This is 0.58 grams of zinc will be required when hydrogen, that quantity 0.2 liters of hydrogen is liberated. So when 0.2 liters of hydrogen is liberated, it requires the quantity of zinc in terms of 0.58. What we want to find out here in problem number 2.14, we have to find out, calculate the percent purity of the zinc sample. What we have to find out? The percentage purity. Okay, percentage purity of zinc we have to find out. So look at these values right now. Okay, which values? 0.58 gram. Look at this 0.58 gram. Okay, so look at this value 0.58 grams and 0.635 grams. So which one is a pure and which one is a impure? So this one is a pure form. Okay, this is a pure form. After adding some impurity, it has become this much quantity. Okay, so this is impure form of the zinc. So what we have to find out is the percentage purity of zinc. How much is the percentage purity? Okay, how much it is pure? So we know that 0.58 gram quantity is pure out of 0.635. Okay, so 0.58 grams out of is pure. Okay, so and the given piece is 0.635 grams. Okay, so that is multiplied by 100 because we want to find out the percentage. So gram will get cancelled and we will get answer in percentage. The answer is 91.33 percentage. So this is the percentage of purity of zinc. Okay, so 91.33 percentage it is pure. Okay, 91.33 percentage it is a pure. So in this way the problem has to be solved. Okay.